Put aluminum foil around the house. You won't believe the results. Aluminum foil is one of those things everyone has, barely thinks about, and almost never uses to its full potential. It lives quietly in a kitchen drawer, comes out for leftovers or baking trays, and then disappears again. Yet, aluminum foil is one of the most surprisingly practical household items you already own. It has real, dependable properties that solve everyday problems. When used correctly, it saves time, reduces mess, improves efficiency, and fixes minor annoyances you probably deal with more often than you realize. Here's how to make the most of it. Reduce static in the dryer. Static cling is one of those tiny problems that feels bigger than it should. Clothes stick together, socks cling to shirts, and everything crackles when you pull it out of the dryer. Aluminum foil can genuinely help with this, and the reason is straightforward. It conducts electricity. When clothes tumble, static builds up as electrons transfer between fabrics, especially synthetics. A tightly rolled foil ball helps discharge that buildup instead of letting it cling to your laundry. It's reusable, leaves no residue, and contains no fragrance or chemicals. Protect door frames and corners from pets. Pets like to scratch things because textures invite them. Softwood edges, corners, and door frames all tend to become repeat targets. Aluminum foil works here for one simple reason: pets don't like how it feels or sounds. Wrapping foil around vulnerable corners, furniture legs, or baseboards creates an unpleasant sensory experience without causing harm. Most pets back off after a few attempts, which helps break the habit before permanent damage sets in. Simple, humane, and surprisingly effective. Prevent tarnish on silver jewelry. Silver tarnishes because it reacts with sulfur compounds in the air. The darker layer that forms is not dirt. It's simple chemistry. Wrapping silver jewelry in aluminum foil limits exposure to air and slows oxidation. This helps pieces stay shiny longer while stored, especially when combined with proper storage methods. It's not a substitute for cleaning or care, but it's a simple preventative step that works quietly in the background. Light reflection for better illumination. Lighting problems aren't always about bulbs or fixtures. Sometimes light simply isn't being directed where you need it. Aluminum foil placed behind lamps, inside shades if you use LED bulbs, or behind light sources reflects light forward instead of letting it disappear into walls or ceilings. The result is a brighter space without increasing wattage or energy use. Scare birds away from balconies and gardens. Bird deterrents don't need to be aggressive to work. Many birds are cautious by nature and avoid unfamiliar movement and reflections. Hanging strips of aluminum foil creates light flashes and motion that birds find unsettling. This makes it an effective, non-harmful way to discourage birds from nesting on railings, balconies, or garden beds. It doesn't trap, injure, or poison anything. It simply makes the area less appealing, which is often all you need. Secure loose batteries. When a device stops working, it doesn't mean it's completely dead. More often than not, it's just disconnected. Over time, battery compartments tend to loosen. Springs wear out. Contacts don't press firmly anymore. A small, tightly folded piece of aluminum foil can fill that gap and restore the electrical connection. This works because aluminum conducts electricity. It is a temporary fix, not a repair, but it can bring remotes, flashlights, clocks, and toys back to life when you need them most. Protect surfaces during painting or cleaning. Anyone who has ever painted around fixtures knows the frustration of tape that lifts, drips that sneak through, and hardware that ends up speckled anyway. Aluminum foil solves this by molding exactly to the shape you need. Faucets, handles, knobs, hinges. Foil wraps tightly, stays in place, and peels off easily when you're done. It also works when cleaning with harsh products, acting as a shield for nearby surfaces you don't want exposed. Catch grease and food spills. This one isn't flashy, but it's a kitchen staple for a reason. Placed beneath drip-prone dishes or around problem areas, it catches grease before it bakes onto surfaces. That alone can save significant time on cleaning. Instead of scrubbing hardened residue, you toss the foil and move on. It's not glamorous, but it is effective. Reflect heat behind radiators. Heat loss through exterior walls is a quiet energy drain in many homes, especially older ones. When a radiator is against a cold wall, some of its heat transfers directly into the wall rather than into the room. Aluminum foil reflects radiant heat. When placed behind a radiator with the shiny side facing outward, it helps redirect warmth back into the living space. Your home won't magically turn into a furnace, but this little trick does improve efficiency in a measurable way. It's a physics-based fix that's been used for decades. In colder months, small improvements like this add up. Block heat through windows. In hot weather, windows become heat funnels. Sunlight pours in, warms surfaces, and raises indoor temperatures faster than you expect. Foil taped to windows reflects solar radiation and reduces heat gain. This works because aluminum reflects infrared and visible light. Is it pretty? No. Is it permanent? Also no. But it's a temporary solution, especially during heat waves or in rooms without adequate shading. Many emergency cooling strategies rely on the same principle. This one just happens to be cheap and already in your drawer. Aluminum foil is truly impressive. It reflects heat, conducts electricity, molds to shapes, and protects surfaces. Sometimes the most useful tools aren't new at all. They're the ones you already have waiting to be used properly. So give these practical aluminum foil uses a try. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and leave a comment. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more tips and tricks. I'll see you in the next one.